Hello, I wanted to do some reviews on two other movies I've just watched. So, Trap, I watched about 3 days ago, and then I just watched Borderlands today. So, I've written a few things down, mostly names, but because I kind of remember most of the other stuff. But, so Josh Hartnett plays Cooper, and he was amazing. Like, basically every scene he was in, he was just amazing. The actual actor, he did such a good job, because you could feel when he was like tense. You could feel when he was trying to think of a way out. You could feel when he was like, like how that lady was saying like all the stuff that he would be thinking and doing and trying to figure out. Like, basically that's what he was doing, and it was so cool to like see that whole thing kind of happen. M. Night Shyamalan, playing the uncle of Lady Raven. He was like the guy that just like got them the kind of backstage thing, which was kind of cool, like the fact that he was in the movie. And obviously Seleka plays Lady Raven, and she is his daughter, which I didn't know. Like, my mum told me before we watched the movie that his daughter was in this. I didn't know who the daughter would have been, like if it was Lady Raven, if it was the lady at behind the stage. I literally had no idea who she was going to be. So but she was really good. Like, in the trailer you don't see anything past the concert. You don't see like them outside, so I didn't realize that they were going to actually, like, he was going to get out and then he was going to like do all the other stuff that he does. I didn't realize all that was going to happen. So I didn't realize that Lady Raven was going to play a bigger role than she actually did, because I thought she was just going to be in the concert. Her whole thing was just going to be the fact that she is the person that's like singing, it's her concert. I didn't think anything about anything else. So she did a really good job, because in a lot of the scenes, like the only scene that I didn't like her pretty much in was the one where she was saying, she was trying to be like his mum, like mum figure, in the car, and she was trying to like, therapize him kind of thing. That was kind of weird. Like, I didn't really like that. Like, I liked the idea of it, but I think the approach to it was a bit weird. Anyway, but she did amazing. Ariel Donoghue, whatever, Riley, the girl who was the daughter who was actually at the concert, she was amazing as well. Like, all the screaming she did at that concert, it's very real, all the people that were doing that. But also, like, when she was like, when she got out of that car and she found out it was her dad that was the butcher, like, she ran to him and hugged him, and then she couldn't even look at him really. She was just hugging him, and then she ran to her mum because her mum called her. That was so difficult, because even the boy, like the son, didn't even want to go near the dad. Like, it was only her that ran towards him, because she's older. Like, she would have been more, like, I guess, developed in the brain to know that this whole thing is not right. Like, he is completely bad. And because the credits like showed up at the start, like it was like the cast list was like at the start instead of at the end. Well, it was both times, but it was like, named at the start. So Hayley Mills, who plays Dr. Josephine, is somebody that my mum recognized the name of, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but okay. And she was really good. Like, I did like the character of Dr. Josephine, like the things she was thinking about and everything. I think it was very obvious that he was going to come back to the house when the wife was alone, because it was, it made sense. But I also didn't realize that he knew, or he assumed that the wife was the one who originally did it, who originally like made it be him that was the bad person, you know what I mean? Like, surely though, if there was a receipt, couldn't they have just tracked him down by the receipt? I don't understand that either, because like usually receipts have like a time and a date on, so you would know like to look at that shop at that point in time. Oh no, wait, because it was the receipt of the concert, wasn't it? It wasn't a receipt of like a shop. So never mind, that makes no sense. So it would have just been the credit card, maybe. I don't know, like the it depends, I guess. But it would have been a name, surely, unless she just got rid of the name. She was trying to get him caught if he was actually bad, but she was also like trying to make it so that because she obviously still loved her husband, she was not trying to kill him at the same time. She was not trying to get him and put in jail if he was innocent. But she needed to know that he was not innocent at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, she needed to know the truth, essentially. And I thought Alison Pill as Rachel, as the mum, she was amazing. Like, in that whole scene where it was just her and and Connor, like, at Cooper, that was an amazing scene. Like, the fact that the fact that they both, like, I was holding my breath in that scene. Like, I was holding my breath as much as possible because I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I really didn't. I knew that he was, like, going to eat the cake, and then I thought he was going to try and kill her, but I didn't expect her to have, like, put that, you know, crushed the pills up or whatever, and like put it put it on top of that, you know, before he even got there. That's insane. That is, or maybe she was doing it whilst she was down there, you know, when he moved around the counter, kind of thing. I think that's when she was doing it, but that was insane. Like, that entire scene was just crazy, because I knew he was going to show up there when she was doing the kettle. And the entire time that kettle was on, and then that lady, the doctor, came and like turned it off for her. Like, I would never be able to live in that house again, though. And obviously at the end, like, he gets out of the cuffs and he's going to attack them as soon as, like, they, like, you know, he's going to attack them as soon as they come in to the door and everything. But usually, wouldn't you have, like, loads of people there anyway? So there's no way he's going to get out of that truck, though, surely. I just like to keep it. I like that the fact that they kept it kind of like open-ended there, but I also kind of just wanted him to be caught, you know, because even though he's like the main character, you want him to be caught because he's just not a good person. But I was really happy when the girl, Lady Raven, when she went into the bathroom with his phone, and he just went off on one, and then she like made it so that, you know, like, people actually went to get that guy that was in that building, and then we actually see her hug him, you know, later on. That is so good. Like, I love the fact that they went like she went to basically see them, you know, see him, see the family and everything. That was so good. Jonathan Langdon played Jamie. Jamie was really funny. I like Jamie, each part that Jamie was in, and then at the end when he realised that it was him, you know, that it was Cooper that was like the bad person. I think that's so hilarious. Like, the fact that he was just like, I forgot what he said at the end, but he said something like, you know, I should stop meeting people, or I should stop being friends with people, because that was just so funny. And Jodie and her mom were so hilarious. Like, when they saw that it was Riley that got on the stage with Lady Raven, and Jodie was just like shouting at her mum because she didn't get her on the stage, and then we just see it keep panning back to them, and we just see like Jodie screaming at her and her mum screaming back at her. Like, they're both the exact same person, they really are. But it was just so funny, like the conversation they were having, just shouting at each other. I felt so bad for Riley, the son, and Rachel, because like they didn't deserve any of that, you know, like the fact that it had to be Lady Raven that kind of told them, but also everything was just so bad. Like, as soon as it's weird because when they showed up and it was like, you know, like Lady Raven and Cooper were like in the car, and like they just showed up when he like lifted the garage like thing up, the door up, and then, you know, they just stood there, and then obviously Lady Raven gets out, and then they tried to leave in the limo, but obviously that doesn't happen because the police come. I assumed what he was going to do. I assumed what was going to happen because I thought that it was going to come back to it, but I thought that the movie was going to end pretty much there, because I thought it was going to be, he was going to like carbon monoxide himself, because he said about it before. He said like you can just click a button and then, you know, you're dead. But I guess maybe because that place was somewhere else, he wouldn't have put that in his house. So it made more sense that there was a tunnel. But even then, it's just so weird that they like didn't know that he was the. How did he even get out? Because he ends up being the one in the limo taking Lady Raven home, and it's just like, how did he even get in there? You know, like how did he become that? I don't know. It's just really weird, that whole thing. But whatever. It didn't feel too long, even though so much actually happened. Like, because I thought it was going to end there, I thought, you know, like, there was not going to be much else, so I was preparing myself for it to end, kind of thing. But even then, like, because it had, like, I don't even know how long, like, half an hour still left. It was so, like, there's so much going on, because he kept getting away, obviously. So, he was just really smart, like, with everything that was going on. And I do like how it was different every time. Like, he didn't escape the exact same way each time, you know, like it was very different each time he escaped. So I think it worked for the way it was, but I think it was also really annoying for people that he kept getting away. And then even when they caught him, like he still got that bike thing, you know, out of there so he could unhook his like cuffs. I still think like that whole thing was just so annoying. Like I just wished he wouldn't have done that, and then he would have been able to like just stay in jail, because I don't like, open ending's fine, but also you don't need that, you know what I mean? You could have just had him just be in the car and that was it, like that was the end. But I would have definitely not stayed in that house. Like I would have not wanted to stay in that house if I was them three, the, you know, the children and the mum. Like I would have not wanted to stay in that house. There's no way you're getting me in there. And then I think, yeah, Josh, Ariel, and Allison did amazing. And the fact that Allison wasn't even really in the movie that much, and she still had like one of the best acting scenes, like her and Josh, just, you know, as Cooper and Rachel. You can just see the love she still had for him in a way, but also the fact that he realized that he's not going to see his kids like grow up, like. And he knows that, well, he thinks it's her fault, even though it's his own fault for being the way he is. It just sucks that, like, he's blaming her when it's obviously not her fault. But that whole scene was amazing. Like, it really was. Anyway, that's it.
That was a lot of like nonsense.
Can but be kidding.